So there are a lot of movements that happen in our world that allow this world to grow and become what it needs to become, which in my opinion is balanced, harmonious, and fair and equal. You think about all the movements that have happened across the world, from social injustice, civil rights injustice, and people will often say, well, this is just another movement that's happening because being a Black woman, I wasn't in the forefront of the Black Lives Matter. I had an opinion, I had ideas about how we can move forward, but I wasn't in the forefront. It was all behind the scenes in my own family, in my own self, amongst my children, amongst my sisters, my brothers, my husband, so on and so forth. But I wasn't in the forefront. I have been personally affected many times from a small child, 5 years old, all the way up until now, 34 years old. So it's never left me. And as I got older, other people tried to do the same thing. They wanted a piece of me. And they tried, and they tried. And I got to be a teenager, and I had grown men harass me because they wanted a piece of me. As I got into my young adulthood, I had grown men harass me because they wanted a piece of me. To this day, I deal with going out in public and grown men making me feel uncomfortable because they're hooting and hollering or something very inappropriate. I can't even wear a form-fitting dress and make myself look beautiful without some man being disrespectful enough to say, I want you. And basically what I'm trying to say is, it's never ended. It's never ended for me. And I think about my own daughter and my own nieces and all the other young girls and boys who can potentially go through what I still go through. And it's not fair. I am no prude by all means. I'm a very, very sexual woman who is very in tune to her sexuality. I love feeling good about myself. I love feeling confident and sexy, and I love me for who I am. But it has taken a long time to get to that place. I have been very shameful of myself because what was ingrained in me at 5 years old, year by year by year, as I've gotten older to now 34 years old, I have felt ashamed of my body and my beauty and my being a woman. I felt ashamed of it. So I've secluded myself, and I not allowed my awesomeness to shine because I'm afraid that that man's gonna want me. That man's gonna try to get me again in a way that I don't accept. That is not fair. That is not balanced. And as I say this, you have to understand, because I am so confident in the woman that I am, I do believe women should be able to flaunt themselves in a way where they don't have to worry about the opposite sex, or not even the opposite sex. They don't have to worry about somebody else making them feel uncomfortable about who they are. It's very interesting because when I think about this movement and everything that is being brought up for it and what people want it to become, and I don't know what it will become, but what I do know is that the voices that are being spoken and the voices that are speaking up for this movement are simply to make progress. Make progress for change. Make progress for inequality, injustice, so that it does become more balanced. And you hear me say equality, balance, harmony, you know, because that's really what it boils down to. From social to civil to sexual injustice, it boils down to being balanced, where no person should ever have this much power over a person that they're down here. And that's on all levels. Politics, religion, government, spiritual, whatever. There should not be a power here that makes a person feel down here. It should be here, right? And when there is that, you know, teeter, when it kind of gets off, it's checked and it comes right back. And that's why the movements are here. Because people have something to go off of. If we just continue to allow these things to keep happening, where would our world be? Where would our world be if people didn't stand up for those rights? So this is a movement for people to stand up to say, you know what, it's just not right. Yes, you're going to have to check yourself. Think about that. You're going to have to mentally think about what just comes spewing out of your mouth. And that goes for same sides, you know, whether it be in the home, whether it be in the workplace, whether it be at school, whatever, is never okay. And it's forcing people to think about what they are putting out there into the world. We are now turning and being more diligent about what are the norms of how people feel, and what are the norms of what is okay and what's not okay when it comes to making a person feel safe and okay. And this is very important, because no 5-year-old little girl should ever feel like she can't just run around and be her free, beautiful self because she's afraid they're going to take their innocence. No 13-year-old little girl should ever feel like she can't blossom into the young woman that she's supposed to be because she's afraid another person is going to take away that from her. No teenager should ever feel like she has to guard herself around the opposite sex or the same sex or someone above her, and not allow her to blossom into that beautiful teenage girl that she's supposed to be because she's afraid. No young woman, no woman, no young man, no man feel like they cannot be the person they are meant to be and shine the way they are supposed to be on this earth because they are afraid. No person should ever have to feel like that. So this movement is being created to check people and mind themselves about the thoughts that run through your head and the actions that come out of those thoughts and the words that you say and the things that you do to other people that steal their innocence. It's not fair. And I hope and pray that my willingness to be a part of the movement will help shift the world into a more beautiful, balanced, lighted place that it's supposed to be. That is my wish.